It's Denis McNeill for Causeway Coast Community this morning in Bushmills Garden Centre, having a chat and a coffee with Natasha McCollum. Natasha, have you got a minute?
Yes, I have indeed, Denis.
Now, Natasha, you and your family made the headlines, shall we say, last January, and I mean January of 2017, in a way that you didn't really want to. Can you remind us of that?
Oh, definitely. That evening, it was around 4:15, Denis. My daughter Lucy came screaming into the house, shouting my son's name. First of all, I actually thought Liam had actually let our wee kitten out, which we had just got, but the squeal was unbelievable. She just kept on squealing and squealing, and Alistair came running down the stairs. Lucy ran out of the house. We ran after, ran round the corner to find Liam lying on the ground just outside the bus stop where all the children get off the bus. Liam unfortunately was playing football behind a school bus and had kicked it off the wall of the bus stop, and it came back onto the road and he ran out to get it. Liam was flung right up in the air and came crunched down on his head. Now, when this happened, he had actually knocked himself totally out, so he was unaware. He wasn't conscious right from his accident. So, we didn't know if he was going to live, die. We weren't too sure at that stage.
But he was taken into very safe medical care then at the Royal.
He was. First of all, he was taken to Korean Hospital, where they tried to stabilise him as best as they could. And at that time, they didn't have a helicopter, which they do now. So the police brought their helicopter and flew Liam up to Musgrave and then escorted him over to the Royal Hospital.
And I know it's painful for you, understandably so,
Yes.
to talk about that, and I'm sorry if it appears we're dragging that up. I'm just trying to put into context what we're chatting about today. Those were very, very dark days for you and for the whole family.
They were. It was so hard. I remember sitting at the time that the ambulance actually never got there in time, and it was a Land Rover police ambulance that was there, and I can remember as clear one of the ambulance drivers saying, "We cannot wait for the ambulance, we have to get this wee boy now." And that just totally, my heart just sort of stopped, because I just thought he was going to go. They rushed him straight there. They had police escorts stopping all the roads to get him right through to Korean Hospital. They rushed him in, and all these doctors were round him. Nobody was allowed near him. And then we were asked if we would like to just say our goodbyes before they actually took him up to the Royal. Then he was flown up. We were escorted up by the police to the Royal. When we arrived, Liam hadn't arrived then. We were actually there before him. But as he came in, they actually rushed him straight through to the theatre, which they told us was only going to take maybe 2 hours. But 4.5 hours later, Denis, he was coming out, and we were taken into a room, which I didn't know what to feel at that time, because we are actually, the 2 doctors came into the room and says to us that your son is really critical. We're not too sure if he's going to live. He says we could go and see him. So he was in intensive care, that's where he was. We went up to his bed with so many machines around him, so many doctors and nurses around him. It wasn't moving. It's just all this machinery was around him trying to keep Liam alive.
Mm-hmm. Listen, we're some 18 months down the line, Natasha.
We are indeed.
we can maybe put a smile on her face
Oh,
now and
definitely,
say
we can indeed.
He's come a lot further.
He has leaps and bounds. As I was saying, it was intensive care for 2.5 months. Then he went into the Paul ward, which he was there for another 4 months. He started getting out at weekends, and they noticed at the hospital that Liam was moving further when he was going home. So they thought, well, we'll let him go home. We'll see how he progresses at home. He gets all his therapies at home. He'll be starting school in September, and to me, he's a wee miracle.
And that wee miracle's at school.
He's
today,
at school,
as Mum
yes.
sits having coffee.
Yes, he started Sandalford in the middle of September, and I can't say, they're such a fantastic school. Sandalford is an amazing school. He has 6 in his class, and they all have their individual, teachers with them that work with them. He has started moving his arms, his feet. He's actually trying to stand. He's
Remarkable.
He's reaching out for things. Now, Liam still isn't talking. He does say, it sounds like I and aha. He has actually, over the last 3 weeks, started to nod for yes and turn his head for no. It's just, he's just amazing what he's achieving.
And you've lined up a visit then, I think, the end of this month. Maybe you're heading over to England, you hope, with him?
We're hoping, yes. I was talking to Claire Lundy, Liam's consultant up in Belfast, and she has put forward for Liam to go to, it's a children's brain rehab unit in Surrey, Tasworth in Surrey, and they bring the children on to the best ability that they can work out in the community and work with people. So they have so many therapies, and they will sort of push the child, to do, maybe walk again, talk again. I was talking to another family that went to this. It was actually them that recommended this to me. Their son had an accident similar to Liam, and I was unable to do anything when he left the hospital. This wee boy now is walking, talking. He is actually playing for a Northern Ireland disability team. So he is. And he recently, in March, received an OBE for what he's achieved. So this wee fella, and to me, he's a wee miracle as well, because he just reminds me of Liam and what Liam was like when he left the hospital. So I'm just hoping Liam can go the same way.
Look, I appreciate your bravery in talking to us today, because it's not easy.
Yes.
Would it be right in suggesting or saying, I think this has maybe made you much stronger as a person, made your family much stronger?
Oh, definitely. I have definitely become a much stronger person, and it's really brought our family closer together. The girls are fantastic. I would say the 2 people in our house that find it the hardest is my husband Alistair and my daughter Lucy, who is only 14, and her and Liam were very, very, very close. So they were, that bond between them, is unbelievable. And I thought she would never get through this, but she brings a smile to his face every day. Every day she comes in from school, she's straight over to him, she makes him laugh. She just knows, and it's the same with Alistair. Alistair comes in from work, and Liam seems to know what time his daddy's coming in at, and he's watching the window to see him come past the window. So he's an intelligent wee fella. He really is, and he knows. And my other 2 girls, Amy and Rachel, they're fantastic as well. So they are. I think they've maybe found it a wee bit hard as well. I've had a few tears from them. Even with us going over to Surrey shortly, I've had a few tears because we're going to go away for a few months, and it's just going to be hard for them because it's going to be just me and Liam going over. So they're going to be parted from us again for, we're hoping, 6 months. That is the longest term that they take them for, and that's what we're hoping for. So, you know, it is going to be hard, but on the long run, we have to think of Liam.
Of course. Natasha, I hope it all works out well. I hope that he's a great time in England and something very beneficial comes from it.
Hopefully.
I promise you we'd give his dad, Ali, a specific mention
on
camera and at the end of the interview. Mm-hmm. I think the old thing is when a microphone or a camera appears, Ali disappears. Alistair, hope your mates give you a good ribbing about that one. Natasha, thank you very much for chatting to us
Dennis,
exclusively on Cosby Coast Community with Natasha McCollum. I'm Denis McNeill.